Hello there. Today we're going to have a little fun with planks. So do your best, choose the right adventure for you and your body today, and enjoy. You've got your mat out. Get yourself right down onto the mat carefully, and let's get working out. We will get to our planks, but you know, in the spirit of Pilates and doing some overall whole body wellness work, we're going to pretty much hit every muscle. Don't worry, there will be a good emphasis on planks. Let's make our way down to our backs. Slowly but surely coming down here, settling into the mat. Wiggle around just a little bit as needed. I'm going to take a minute here. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, reach your arms long down by your side. And inhale, shrug your shoulders up. And exhale, reach your arms long down by your side. One more time. Inhale, shrug your shoulders up. And exhale, reach your arms long down by your side. Press those arms into the mat. I want you to wiggle your toes, settle your big toe, your little toe, and your heel onto the mat, hip width apart. I want you to have energy between your knees. And then from here, just start rocking your hips. Pull your lower back into the mat, and then reach your tailbone long and away. And rock your hips. And pull that lower back down, really use those abdominal muscles, and then reach that tailbone long. And I'm doing my best to turn my rear end off. So I'm not using my glutes, squeezing my glutes and squeezing my butt to pull that lower back into the mat. I'm just using my abdominal muscles, just starting to get those lower vertebrae moving. And then from here, we're going to continue pulling that lower back into the mat and peel and curl all the way up to the ceiling. Keep pressing those arms into the mat. Hold it here. Reach your head long in one direction. Reach your knees in the other direction. Energy between your knees like there's a pillow squeezing. And inhale. On the exhale, articulate all the way down. Uncurling completely at the bottom. And inhale into your rib cage, and exhale. Rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up. Holding it at the top, going for that intercostal breath, right laterally into your rib cage. Breathe in. And exhale, articulate all the way down. Oh, that feels good. And rock your hips, peel and curl all the way up to the top. And hold. And articulate all the way down. Uncurl completely at the bottom. From here, bring those feet together and your knees together. Interlace your hands behind your head. And inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hold, and exhale, lower it right back down. And head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hold it right here. Reach around, grab the backs of your legs. Curl your torso up a little bit. Curl your tailbone up. Uncurl your tail. Reach those hands up to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head and lower all the way down. And head, neck, and chest lifts all the way up. Reach around, grab the backs of your legs. Curl your torso up. Curl your tailbone up. Uncurl your tailbone. Hands come up to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head and lower all the way down. We're going to do that one more time. On the exhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Reach around, grab the backs of your legs. Curl your torso up. Curl your tailbone up. Uncurl your tailbone. Hands come up to the ceiling. Interlace your hands behind your head. Let your head be heavy in your hands. Inhale. On the exhale, rotate over to the right. Come through the center and over to the left. I want you to aim to get both of those shoulder blades off the mat and keep them off there. So you're staying lifted as you come through the center, wrapping your obliques right across your waist. Your hips and knees are staying nice and still. And we're going to hold it over to the right, and we're going to give a little lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come through the center, over to the left, and lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to the center, and head comes all the way down to the mat. Those hands come out from behind your head and come right down by your side. Right leg is going to float up to tabletop, and left leg is going to float up to tabletop. Your knees are hip width apart, and I want you to tap your right toe on the mat, and then your left toe. Hinging from your hip. So if you notice, your knee should be staying at 90 degrees, so you're not bending at your knees, you're just hinging right from that hip. Driving from your abdominal muscles. See what you can turn off. Turn your toes off. Let them be along for the ride. Reaching those arms along down by the mat. Nod your chin. Feel the length in your spine. And tap one more time right. One more time left, hold it at the top. Glue both of those knees together. Pull your lower back into the mat. Don't let anything float up. Float both feet towards the mat and exhale, pulls it up. And float those toes down and pull it up. If you can't quite get all the way to the mat today with your lower back staying put, that's okay. That's just where your range of motion is today. So if you can go a quarter of the way or halfway, maybe tomorrow will be a little bit farther. And inhale as you tap, exhale, pulls it up. 2 more. One more time. Hold it up at the top. Right leg is going to go long on the mat. Left leg is going to go long on the mat. We're going right into a roll up here. So if you need to bend your knees, go for it. In fact, I am going to do that for the first one. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Hold it right here. Kill your momentum. Squeeze those legs together. Press into your lower back. Roll all the way up. If you need to grab those legs, grab them. Let go when you can. Inhale at the top and exhale, rolling right back down. And inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts and roll it up. Belly button stays pulled way back behind you and coming all the way back and down. And inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts and roll it up. And take it back. We're going to do 2 more. 1 more here. Or I should say that's the first one. It's very misleading cueing. I apologize because we're doing our last one right here. Inhale, head, neck, and chest lifts. Roll all the way up, and from here, without using your hands, stand right up. And here we are. We're going to make our way to the end of the mat. Feet are standing hip width apart. And look down and make sure they're hip width. And I want you to put a little energy between your legs like you're squeezing a pillow. Stand up nice and tall. I want your weight staying forward on the balls of your feet and your toes. Your heels are still on the mat, but they're just not, most of the weight is forward. Inhale. On the exhale, nod your chin. Rounding all the way down. Coming right around your center of gravity. Bend your knees if you need to get your hands all the way to the mat and they're not quite there. And then walk right out into a plank. Find that beautiful plank position. Pressing into your fingers and your hands equally. Back of your head and neck is lifted to the ceiling. Belly buttons to your spine. Spines to your belly button. And if you're happy here, stay here. And if you want to do a little more, we're going to do some progressive push-ups. So, 1 push-up. And then pike those hips back up. Walk your hands to your feet. Let your head hang. Knees are soft. Slowly roll all the way back up. Shoulders, neck, and head are the last to come up. Inhale. On the exhale, nod your chin. Rounding it down. Coming right around that center of gravity. Once you're hanging, let's try to make it out to that plank position in 3 steps with your hands. 1, 2, and 3. And then 2 push-ups. 1 and 2. Pike those hips up. Walk your hands all the way back. Knees are soft. And roll all the way up. Where are we going to take this progression? 4 maybe? Let's see how we feel. Nod your chin. And coming all the way down. Walking it out in 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. And 3 push-ups. 1 and 2. And 3, and pike your hips up. Walk it back. I like to take my time on the walk back. It just feels good. Add a little stretch in there. It's always like stealth stretching. Knees are soft. Roll all the way up. Shoulders, neck, and head, as always, are last. And nod your chin. Round it down. And walk all the way out. And let's do 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Hold, pike your hips up. Walk those hands back. And nod your chin and roll up. Made it to 4. We're going back down to 3. Nod your chin. Take it down. And walk. Find that beautiful length in your body. Just have a quick reset. Make sure that everything's where it should be. Back of your head and neck is staying lifted. Even as you bend those elbows. Take it down for 3. And 2. And 1. And pike those hips all the way up. Walk your hands back. And restack all the way up. We're on the home stretch of this little segment. Nod your chin. Round it down. Walk all the way out. We're at 2s. So let's do 2 good ones. Take it down and lift. And down and lift. Pike those hips up. Walk those hands to your feet. Rolling all the way up, getting a nice bunch of good movement right from the get-go here. Nod your chin, round it down. We're on number 1, so make it a yummy one. And take it down and lift. Pike those hips up. Hold it here for just a little bit. Tailbone is reaching to the sky. Press into your fingertips and your palm equally. Heels are reaching to the floor. Bend your right knee, and then your left, and right, and left, right, and left. One more time right, one more time left. Both heels back. You're gonna round it forward, coming back into that plank position. Separate those feet about hip width apart. From here, your right hand touches your left shoulder, Tap. And then bring it back and tap. Trying to stay right in the middle so that you're not swaying from one side to the other, really using your abs and your obliques to stabilize yourself and hold yourself right in the middle, and just taking yourself for a little walk. Cross, and cross, and cross, and cross. Hold it right here. This time, I'm gonna have you pike your hips up. Right hand reaches to those right toes. Come right back out to that plank. Left toe reaches to left hand reaches to the right toes. And plank. Please choose what works for you in your body. If just holding a plank is what works for you, go for it. If you do 2 of these and say, nice, I'm good, hold the rest. This is your workout. Do what works for you. Let's do 1 more time. Right hand tapping the left toe. And up. Left toe tapping the right. Hold it right there. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. On the exhale, pike those hips up. I'm going to bring my feet a little closer together. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Knees are soft. And slowly roll all the way up. Shake it out just a little bit. Well, that felt good. And let's turn around. We got up here without any hands. We're gonna go right back down without any hands. Standing up nice and tall, cross your right leg in front of your left. Arms are reaching out. Energy really stays lifted, nice and high. Bend those knees, and with control, sitting all the way back and down. We're gonna stay sitting down. Feet are about hip width apart. Grab the backs of your legs. Sit up beautifully tall. Feel your tailbone anchored into the mat and your head reaching way up into the rafters. Interlace your hands behind your head and lift yourself up even taller. Shoulder blades are going down your back. From here, inhale. On the exhale, rotate to the right. Hold it here. With your left hand, grab your right leg. Twist and sit up even taller. Hold it here. Hand comes back behind your head and come back to center. And take it to the left. Reach around, grab the back of the opposite leg. Twist. Make sure that right knee hasn't wandered off to the side somewhere. So keep it hip width apart. Hand comes back behind your head and come back to center. And rotate to the right. Left hand grabs that right knee. Make sure you know what that left knee's doing. It's not hanging out on the side. Pull it back toward the center. Hand comes back behind your head and center. And rotate. grab that opposite knee, twist, lift yourself taller. Feel the postural muscles it takes to stay right here. And hand comes back and center. One more time each side. Take it to the right and grab, twist. Hand comes back and center and to the left. Grab that opposite knee, twist and lift. Hand comes back and then center. Hold it right here. I'm going to have you reach those arms forward. Tilt back so you're right behind your tailbone. Right leg comes into tabletop. Left leg comes into tabletop. Feet and knees are squeezed together. If you need a little extra assistance, grab the backs of your legs. Otherwise, I want you to have energy in your fingers going in the other direction. Coming down to your shoulder blades. Drag those legs into a good tabletop position. Grab the backs of your legs. Arms and legs go long. And bring it right back in. And reach and bring it in. Reach and reach. Toes in one direction, fingers in the other direction, and exhale, pulls it all the way in. 2 more. 1 more time. Hold it here, both hands on that right leg, extend that left, and use that knee right over your hip and push down into that hip to lift a little bit higher, and switch, and switch. Switch and switch. Keep those legs going. Reach them out there nice and long. Interlace your hands behind your head. And then add a rotation. Let's cross and cross and cross. Cross and wrap. Wrap, wrap, and wrap. 4, 3, 2, last one. Come into the center. Head comes down. Hug your knees into your chest. Press that right leg out long on the mat. Grab a hold of that left knee with your opposite hand. Cross it over your body. And then I'm going to bend that right leg back behind me and grab that foot. Squeezing my butt cheeks just a little bit to get a stretch further across that right hip flexor, right across the front of your leg and your hip. And exhale. On the next exhale, release that bottom foot. Pull that left knee back to the center with good control. That left leg goes long, right leg comes up. Grab a hold of that knee with your opposite hand and cross it right over your body. And then bend that left knee foot behind you. Grab that foot, give a little squeeze of your butt cheeks there, and it'll stretch across a tight hip. My hip's tight. I can definitely feel that. I hope you can too. And once again, my glasses are foggy. It's always a sign that we're working hard. It's the official sign. And release that bottom foot and pull that leg back to the center. And right leg is in tabletop. Your left leg is going to float right up to meet it. And I want both legs to extend up to the ceiling. From here, arms are down by your side and pressing into the mat. I want you to float your feet over to the right, and I don't want them shifting, so that left hip has lifted and come along right with me. Lower back stays on the mat as those legs sweep down and around over to the left, and then cut it back to center. And take those legs to the left, sweep it down and around to the right, and cut it back to center. And take it to the right, sweep it down and around to the left, and center, and to the left. Take it down and around, and cut it. So my legs, again, are not shifting. So right here, I don't hold it to the right. I don't have one foot that's longer than the other. So if you have one that's longer than the other, fix it. And then those lower back stays on the mat as those legs swing down and around with control. The other side, hold it here. Make sure that those legs are still even in length and cut it back to center. Last time, to the left and take it down and around to the right and cut it back to center. Bend those legs into tabletop. Head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Grab the backs of your legs here. And then right leg extends to the ceiling. I want you to grab that shin. Left leg is gonna reach out long on the mat. And from here, using your abdominal muscles, give me a little pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. And keep going. My hands are going to my calf, but I'm not yanking on my leg. You're using your abdominal muscles to give an extra little pulse in with that leg. Pull it in and go. And go. Good. And keep those legs going. Interlace your hands behind your head. This is going to get real fun here. And then keep those legs going. And we're going to add a rotation to the opposite leg and take it to the right and left and right and left. One more time, right. And one more time, left. Both legs come up, head comes down, knees come into tabletop. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. And then from here, head, neck, and chest lifts up off the mat. Grab the backs of your legs, press your legs into your hands, and let's make your way right onto your hands and knees. Hands are going to be right underneath your shoulders. I'm shedding a little bit. Get rid of that hair, I'll grow more. Knees are right underneath your hips, and from here, tuck your tail, look into your belly button, and then uncurl. And tuck. And uncurl, and tuck, and uncurl. Come back to the middle. Right leg is going to go back behind you. Left leg is going to go back behind you. Shoulders are going down your back. Back of your head and neck is lifted to the ceiling. From here, right leg hovers off the mat, and just give me a lift. Lift, 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 lift. Lift. And I want that foot higher than your rear so that you can feel those glutes activating. And give you guys a cute butt while we're at it. This is multitasking up a storm. Co-contraction of your front and back muscles, getting some glute work. We're doing it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Put that foot down, and left foot hovers, and lift, 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 lift. And let's do 4, 3, 2, last one. That foot comes down, knees come down. I'm going to separate my knees. My toes are going to stay together. I'm going to sit back for a quick little rest. And then coming up, we're going to slimmy shimmy, slime our way. Make our way all the way onto your belly. Elbows are going to be right underneath your shoulders. And I want you to put some energy into your elbows so that you're really lifting up. Belly button still pulled to your spine. And my feet are just hanging out. There's not a lot of energy there. They get to be along for the ride right now. But the back of your head and neck is lifted. Excuse me. And from here, right arm reaches over your head. And come right back down. And left, and coming down, and right, and left. Now the trick here is that, again, to stay towards the middle section, not the middle section, your midline here. So it gets a lot easier if you tilt to one side or sink to one side, but I want you to use those muscles, your upper back muscles, your core muscles, your abdominal muscles, and stay right in the center. And not sink into that opposite supporting shoulder. Staying nice and strong. One more time, right? One more time, left. Hold it here. Elbows, make sure that they are right underneath your shoulders. And again, push into the ground and ever so slightly outward. And then curl those toes under. Belly button's pulled to your spine. Activate those legs so that your knees come off ever so slightly. And we're going to go into a low plank here. If you would like, go on your knees. Remember to do what works for you. I am going to curl my toes under and lift those hips up. And neck is long. I'm going to bring my feet together and I'm going to tilt my toes over to the left and twist. And then they're going to twist toward you. And twist. And twist. I love the feeling of this on my waist. So you're getting all of the muscle work of a plank in your upper body and your shoulders, and then you just feel your waist twisting, which is good. That's good for your digestion. It's good for having a good little waist. It's gonna get moving. Whew. Let's do one more. This direction, the other direction, and then lower all the way down. Push yourself up onto your hands and knees. Once again, separating those knees. Sit back on your feet and rest. One more good inhale. And then on the exhale, make your way back up onto your hands and knees. And I'm gonna have you come right on to your side. And let's do our arm out a little farther than your shoulder. My knees are bent and soft. And we're gonna go into a little side plank here. So when I push out into that plank, my shoulder is gonna go over my hand to protect my shoulder joint. So please make sure, it's not really a joint, it is a joint. Girdle, shoulder girdle, there we go. All right, from here, and pushing up into that plank. Hold it here. Arm travels over your head and lift through your side waist. Come back to a T and then bend those knees and lower down. And then from here, pushing up over the top of those hands. Arm comes over your head, lift, and come back to a T and lower down. And coming all the way up, up over the top, and T, and down. We're gonna do one more. Take it to that T. Arm comes over your head, lift, staying lateral, come back to a T, and bend your knees, lower all the way down. Don't go too far. I just want you to pick that. I was on my left hand. I want you to bring that arm up and stretch up over your feet. And I want you to make it active, so it's not just a soggy bowl of oatmeal stretch, so you're just flopping to the side. Lift yourself up, really find the length all along the left side of your body. Or if you're mirroring me, the right side of your body. And then let those arms fall. And I'm just gonna flip my legs around, so I'm still facing you and we're on the other side. Again, my arm is just past my shoulder, so I have this kind of triangle right here on the ground. My knees are bent, and when I go up into that plank, I'm pushing towards my hand. And here we go. Let's go. Take it out to a T. And then arm comes over your head and lift through your waist. Come back to a T and lower yourself down. And take it to a T. Come up over the top. And T. And down, and push it up, over the top, and T, and down. And I think this is our last one. Find that length in your body, head's going in one direction, feet going in the other, belly buttons to your spine, arm comes over your head and lift. Come back to a T and lower yourself down. And release that right hand from the mat. Bring it up, stretching up over the top, over those legs. Finding that length all along that right side of your body. Or again, the left if you're mirroring me. And breathe. And release that hand down. And from here, bring those feet together, grab a hold of your ankles and just round it forward. And then stay forward, but lift your chest up, pressing your belly button towards the ground, getting a good stretch in those hips. I'm almost trying to get my belly button, keeping my chest lifted, aiming my chest towards my feet. And then round it forward one more time. And restack all the way up, growing nice and tall. Thank you for joining me today. I feel like there may be a little plank challenge week in our future. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.